and good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening to you. Go up over tube. Hope everything grand and all's well in your world. Merry Tuesday, everybody. Why is this video on Tuesday? I hear you cry. Well, simply, today it is my hero, John Frusciante's birthday, everybody. So, let's all wish John a very, very, very merry birthday. So, merry birthday, John, wherever you are in the world. We love you, especially me. Constant inspiration to me is John. His guitar playing, you know, everything he, you know. I just love the man. I love his guitar playing. It's just, it's what I first got into John when I first started playing guitar, and my love for him and his guitar playing is not dwindled or ceased at all. You know, I just, it's one of the bedrocks of my, if you can call, if I've even got my own kind of style, which I don't. But my style is very heavily based in that John Frusciante kind of like style, you know, because I just love how expressive he is and all that. You know all this. So today, being John's birthday, and the fact that I've still got the Silver Jubilee, the fact that I've just, you know, I can't put the Oswald John Strat down. I thought it was an opportunity not to be missed to do a video and dedicate it to the man himself who has given me and us so much. So John, this is all for you. So. Thank you very much wherever you are in the world. Thank you very much indeed. And yes. So, what I thought of doing this video, like I say, being like, you know, I've got the Silver Jubilee here. I thought what I'd do is this. So, part one, if you will, is what I'm going to do is I'm just going to plug the Silver Jubilee in on its own through an Ibanez wah-wah pedal, V2, not an original, V2, and a DS2, and the John Strat. So, DS2... Ibanez wah, Silver Jubilee. Just plug it in and just play a selection of, like, you know, Chili Peppers riffs and John's solo riffs through it. And just kind of like, you know, a couple of minutes of just noodling about, basically, in that kind of like John style, playing some kind of well-known riffs and stuff like that. And then what we're going to do after that is we're going to switch and we're going to plug in the Flexi as well as the Jubilee, and we're going to run both in stereo. And that'll be, again, straight through. I might actually run that through my pedal board. Just because I want a few more options, this kind of thing. So that might be run from my pedal board. It might not. I don't know. I will tell you when we get to it. Before we do it. Because I want to tell you EQ and stuff like that. But if it's not run from my pedal board, it'll just be the Ibanez wah and the DS2. And then, at the end, the finale, if you will, of this video, which is going to be interesting. I've always wanted to know this, so this is interesting. Okay, so, any John Frusciante fan out there knows that on Google, if you look, or some of the John Frusciante sites, there are pictures of John's Marshalls close up, but how he's got the amps dialed in. So how he's got his Silver Jubilee, Marshall Major, and the other Jubilee dialed in. You know, there's close-up pictures. Dave Ratt, the Chili Peppers sound guy, took these pictures of the dials of where he's got them set up. And if you look at John's Silver Jubilee, he has the volume on 10. He has it maxed. Okay? So, what I thought we'd do is a little experiment, a little John experiment, the JF Experiment. I'm going to start my own tribute band to John Frusciante called the JF Experiment. I want to do that. I really want to do that now. Anyway, so playing loads of, like, you know, solo stuff and Chili Pepper stuff. That'd be immense. The JF Experiment. Hold that thought. That's going to have to be a thing at some point. Okay, so yeah, and at the end of the video, the last thing we're going to do, like I say, is we're going to put the exact EQ into the Jubilee and we're going to run it on 10. For a very brief period of time. I don't want to kind of like keep it cranked for ages because, you know, it's not my amp, and I don't want to wear out Mr. Ian's valves too quick. Because I can imagine running this thing on 10 all the time would absolutely burn through those valves, like, you know, like they're going out of fashion. But I do want to know, and I thought this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. The odds on me being able to get my hands on another Silver Jubilee are slim to none, because A, I can't afford one, and B, you know, you just don't come across them very often. It's only thanks, like I say, thanks to Ian for the loan of this that I've got a chance to this. Otherwise, this would have never happened. So, Ian, thank you so much indeed. Again, I appreciate no end. Thank you so much. And I will not kill it. I promise. I promise I will not kill it. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So, first things first, Jubilee on its own. Second thing, Jubilee and the Flexi running stereo, and then we're going to go back just to the Jubilee on its own, and we're going to put in John's EQ that's in those pictures, and we're going to put the volume all the way up and just run it the way John would run it, which will be an experience, I'm sure. I will be wearing ear defenders, everybody, so do not worry yourself if I'm going to kill my ears. I will be wearing like ear defenders. I'm nowhere near going to... I'm not even going to stand near that cab. And it'll literally be like maybe about a minute, if that, of playing. So anyway, so without further ado, let's start playing through the Jubilee. Oh, before I do that, let me tell you the settings I've got on the Jubilee. Okay, so come here, Mr. Microphone. Okay, so I've got the Silver Jubilee set up for a clean tone, but I'm using the lead channel on the Jubilee, hence the red light on. Hopefully you can kind of see the red light there. I'm not using the clean channel, and I'm not using the rhythm clip. The reason is, when John runs his amp on 10, that will be heavily compressed and distorted, and the only way I can simulate that at low volume is to use the lead channel, the distortion channel, if you will. So I'm going to use the distortion channel as is. You know, just in. So this is the EQ I've got set up on the Jubilee so far. Oh, by the way, we're in high power mode as well. So we're in 100 watt mode. So I've got presence all the way off. Presence is on 0. I've got bass all the way up on 10. I've got middle at 7. I've got treble all the way off. I have the master volume on 6. This will explain what it's not ridiculously loud, so don't worry. Like my gravy, that must be really loud. It's not that loud, and this is why. So I've got the master volume at 6. Then I've got the lead master at 2, and I have the input gain dial at 2 and a bit. It's about between 9 and 10 o'clock. So let me go over it again. So presence is at 0. Bass is all the way up. Mids are at 6. Trebles at 0. Master volume is at 6. The lead master is at 2, and the input gain is between 9 and 10 o'clock. So it's between 2 and 3, basically. Okay, and then I'm going into Ibanez Wah, which is just maxed out, and the DS2. And the DS2 is a slight change as well. The DS2 setting is a bit different for me. I'm on the turbo mode. I have level all the way up. I have distortion all the way up, but I have tone all the way down. Okay? Other than that, that's it. And that's all we've got. It just comes from a Jubilee into the Ibanez Wah, into the DS2, into my Strat, and that's what we've got. Okay, so enough jibber jabber. That's enough talking. Let's play some John stuff through the Jubilee with the DS2, Ibanez Wah, and let's have some fun. So, John, wherever you are in the world, if you ever see this video, which would blow my mind, this is all for you. So, thank you, John, and this is my dedication to you on your birthday. So, thank you very much. Thank you very much, and thank you all for watching, people of the tube. Thank you. So, I hope you enjoy this. So, let's get to it. Let's make noise. okay. So that was just the Jubilee on its own with an Ibanez War and a DS2 running through the lead channel of the Jubilee, and it was just glorious. It's words don't describe how enjoyable that was. Anyway, moving along, everybody, moving along swiftly. Look, I'm digging. What are you digging? What the hell? Anyway. Moving along swiftly, away from that weirdness that just happened. Yes, next thing on the agenda. So, next thing we're going to do, we're going to plug in the MG and the Jubilee run together in stereo. Okay? So at this point in time, they're both, they're both plugged in. So, the MG is going through this cab, and the Jubilee is going through that cab. Just out of ease, more than anything. It was just a bit of a pig. And I've got it running through my pedal board now, so I've got more pedals and a few more kind of like options, distortion-wise, stuff like that, so I can do a few more John songs that I want to play but can't with just the DS2 and the Ibanez. So the next sounds you're going to hear, well, first thing I'm going to show you them independently. So I'll show you the MG first, and then I'll show you the Jubilee, and then we'll engage both and go nuts. So now what I need to do is I need to move this mic down here. I need to stand out the way of it. And so the next thing you'll hear is the MG on its own and then the Jubilee on its own. Then together, and they will be panned as well. I'll pan them slightly like left and right. So I'm going to pan the MG left and the... I'm going to pan the Jubilee left and the MG right. Okay, so let's do that. Let's hear what this sounds like. Okie dokie, so apart from the incredible mess up at the end of Under the Bridge there, I was too busy watching the levels on the camera. I was like, are the levels okay? And I was like totally lost the that bit, and I was like, oh, I've totally ruined it. And then I'm just like, you know, had to do it again. I don't know. Never watch the levels when you're trying to play, but it's really hard not to sometimes, especially when you're like, am I clipping out the mic? Anyway, that's enough. You don't want to hear about that nonsense. It's not important, is it at all? Okay, so that was both amps together, and that was glorious. To be in this room with both these, going through these two cabs, was glorious. Oh my good gravy. Ah! If I could have that set up all the time, it would be, yes, I'd be happy. I'd be very happy. Sadly, it's not to be. But that's okay. That's okay. We'll make it as special if you had it all the time. So, that's what I'll keep telling myself anyway. So yeah, so there we go. That's both amps running together in stereo, and that was just, yes, oh. Words do not even describe how... I hope that comes across. I really hope that sound came across okay in the video. I really do. It's... Oh. It was so awesome. Oh, anyway. It's so beautiful. Anyway, moving along. So, final thing of the day, everybody. Hold your... Oh, let me tell you quickly. The EQ of the amps. The MG was set up on the OD1 channel, and I had gain at 1, bass was on 0, I had middle at 7, treble was at 0, contour was at 0, and volume was at 10. I had the master volume about 3, give or take, somewhere around 3. So that's how the MG was set up. The Jubilee was set up on the rhythm clip mode. So it was set on rhythm clip, not clean, it was the rhythm clip mode. No, I tell a lie, it was the clean channel. Sorry, I do tell a lie. So yeah, Jubilee was set up on the clean channel. Presence was at 3. Well, actually, Presence was between 3 and 4, actually. So Presence is somewhere between 3 and 4, so it's like 3:30. Bass was all the way off. Mids were at 8. Treble was all the way off. Master volume was on 3, lead master was all the way up on 10, and the input gain was at 8. So yeah, so that's how the Jubilee was set. And some people might say, well, why did you turn the lead master up? Well, weirdly, there is some ghosting that happens. What I mean by ghosting is even when the lead circuit is not engaged, so even when the red light's not on, the lead master volume actually makes the amp behave differently. It actually fattens it up the ladder it goes. Much in the same way a plexi, a 4-hole plexi, if you plug into kind of like high impedance channel number 1, if you plug into channel 1 on a plexi and gun it, and then you gun channel 2, even though there's nothing plugged into it, it ghosts and it actually fattens out the sound. It actually has still an effect on the circuit, and that's exactly what's happening with the lead master here. Although the channel isn't engaged like that, the lead master is still doing something. Actually, can we quickly show you that? Let's take it off standby quick. It was amp B. Okay, so that's how clean I've got the Jubilee set up. So really clean. Okay, so. And I've just realised this is panned, so I do apologise about the audio. It might be a bit weird at this point in time. But you can hear ghosting happen. So, if I turn the lead master all the way down, this is with the lead master all the way down. Now, if I increase the lead master, you'll hear the tone change slightly. If it's all the way down, all the way up. It's just a little bit fatter, and also you can kind of hear it go. I don't know. I don't know if that'll come across. Hopefully it will, but it can. There's an increase in the low end. Anyway, on to the finale of this video, everybody. Before we call it a day, and I have to go lie down. Let's get John Frusciante's settings into the Marshal. Ha. Okay, so done. So John's settings for his Silver Jubilee in that picture are, and by the way, I do apologise for how dark it is, everybody. It's just, I'll tell you what. Ta-da! The power of light. I don't know why I haven't used that before. That's a bit silly of me. Anyway, John's settings for the Silver Jubilee, when Dave Rat took them, I can imagine they change to every venue, so I wouldn't take these at gospel at all. But it'll be interesting to see what this sounds like. I haven't actually tried it yet, so this is scary. So John's settings are as this. He's got it in high power mode, so he has the amp in high power, so full. And you think it's going up against a 200 watt Marshall Major, so it'd have to be on full power. So presence he has at about 4. It looks like it's about 4. Bass is all the way up on 10. So presence 4, bass is on 10. Mids are about 7. Treble is about 1, so not a lot of treble at all. The overall master volume is on 10. The lead master, which does ghost, like I say, does ghost, is about 9. So he's actually got that on 9. And it does, you know, the higher the lead master is, the fatter the amp gets. It's weird. And then he's got the input gain just over 8. So just to recap, presence at 4, bass at 10, middle at 7, treble at 1, lead the master volume all the way up on 10. Lead master on 9 and input gain just over 8. So that's how we got it set up. No, going straight in, no pedals here. Going through that, going through the JCM. Dare we? Let's dare for a brief, you know, just through a couple of chords. I'm gonna go and get some ear defenders, and let's see what happens. Okay, so, holy monkeys! Plaster was coming off the walls. The world itself was shaking, I'm sure of it. You can rest now, Silver Jubilee. You can rest. I'll tell you what. It's took it all in its stride, that. That's, well, hopefully, you know, it should, shouldn't it, really? Let's be honest. But anyway. There we go. That's John's settings. That is so loud. Even with ear defenders on, you can feel like, whoa! I don't know what it sounds like yet, so you've heard it before me, what it actually sounds like, because I had ear defenders on, so I have no idea. But hopefully it came across as massively distorted as it felt. I'll tell you what, though. John's stage volume must have been horrific. If he had one of them going on 10, and then a Marshall Major cranked up as high as that was, that stage volume must have been so loud. It's no wonder he wore in-ear monitors. I don't think earplugs could cope with that kind of sound levels. I think it'd crush you. Anyway, there we go. So yeah, there we go, everybody. This is my little tribute video to my hero, John Frusciante. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it's been like fun. I hope the sounds have come across okay. It's been great fun playing today. It really has. I've really enjoyed it. I was terrified of that, but it was so much fun. But my gravy golly, was it loud. Wow. What? That's some power. There's some power in that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, everybody. And I say, John, thank you so much for everything you've given me. You've just, you know, constant inspiration to me, and thank you so much. And thank you all very much for watching. You lot are also a constant inspiration to me as well. And like I say, your support is just everything to me in the world. It really is. And, you know, without you, I wouldn't be here. So thank you so much indeed for watching this video. Thank you for supporting my channel. It means the world to me. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope the sounds came across okay. And I will see you again on Wednesday for a Q&A. Normal length this time. Well, tomorrow. Weird. So see you tomorrow for a Q&A Wednesday, everybody. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope the sounds came across. And merry, merry birthday, John, wherever you are in this world of ours. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I'll see you again. Have a great morning, afternoon, good evening. Have a great one. Goodbye now.